So good morning from day 4, and it's going to be yet another wet and windy day. It's 20 to 9 in the morning, just left the hotel. We stayed in a hotel last night, and I know that might appear a little lavish, but actually we looked on booking.com and we found a room for 4 of us that worked out only 15 euros each, and it had clean linen, towels. It was actually quite nice and a bargain for 15 euros. So it does show if you're coming off season, it's worth having a look, because you don't always have to stay in an albergue. Obviously that's fine, but sometimes, especially after the horrendous day we had yesterday, it's nice to have a slight bit of luxury. I mean, it was only 3 stars, there was nothing that special about it. And wow, yesterday was it was challenging. We didn't arrive in the hotel until 6 o'clock in the evening, and we set off at 9 a.m. and getting lost, really frustrating. Went to sleep, or tried to go to sleep, feeling really annoyed yesterday. It was just disappointing. The draw and the pull of the sea and the ocean, and to walk beside it is such a powerful one. And that Litoral route is so appealing because you do walk alongside it, but it's not signposted at all, and it's very tricky to follow. Or yesterday's bit of it was very tricky to follow, and we did reach that strange dead end, and it just shows how much we rely on those yellow arrows as a crutch. Today we're going to try the Litoral because apparently it's easy to follow today, this particular stretch. So gonna carry on now and see how that pans out. So we're 13 kilometers in, and we've actually moved off the Litoral coastal path now because it's so windy and blowy down there. There hasn't been a single place to stop for any refreshment at all, and morale is very low in the camp. So we've moved off the Litoral path. We're now on like a main road in between the Litoral and the Da Costa, in the hope of finding a town here where we can just sit and rest and get some refreshment, because we've been walking for a good couple of hours now and getting drenched intermittently, and people are pretty low in mood at the moment. So we're just leaving a town called Uppbeat, where we've had a big debate over some lunch as to whether to take a half-a-mile sort of detour to the right, and that would enable us to pick up the official Da Costa route. But the consensus is that people don't want to do that. I mean, my opinion is that I wanted to do it because I feel it was the safest option, to use the crutch of the yellow arrows and the Camino shells to follow, given we've had a bit of a tough day again today. But the others aren't in favour of taking a half-a-mile, additional 10-15 minute walk to the right and picking up that route. They want to carry on out of this town of Uppbeat, where we're going to pick up the main road and take a gamble of having to walk along the main road for a bit. God, it's starting to rain again, and severe weather warnings showing up on the weather data apps, so ponchos on again. It is miserable, so miserable. So just had a quite harrowing 10-minute walk down the motorway, where there was actually no road at all, or no path for us to walk on, and the cars were speeding past in the wet. It was a little concerning, but we've made it, and we're now taking a right past like an industrial estate, and that will hopefully enable us to pick up the Da Costa route, and we can then follow that safely all the way into Camino. I cannot describe how happy I am to see these yellow arrows and the Camino shell again after the day we've had. Oh, wow, wonderful. back on the pesky coastal path again. Still got another hour and 20 minutes to go until we reach Camino. These waves are just nuts and the wind is just so strong. But that's the way the route's taking us now anyway. We're very grateful to be back following the yellow arrows. The mood in the camp has improved, and let's just finish this last hour and 20 minutes. 29.7 kilometers down, still about half an hour to go from the albergue by the looks of the map. My feet are absolutely killing me, and it should have only been a 26k walk today, but because of our inadvertent and unplanned crisscrossing between the Litoral and the Costa, we've really added to our distance today. Feeling really fatigued. It's coming up to 5:30, and also I've just looked at the check-in instructions for the albergue. They say that check-in is only between 4 and 6, so that's a bit of a worry, and I don't have much battery left on my phone either, so things are just going brilliantly today. So that's it, end of day 4. We're in the town of Camino. Bitterly cold and windy, just had a burger. Accommodation's actually pretty good. It's always good to have linen and towels, so we're all pleased about that. One notable thing is that the accommodation does seem to be considerably better on the Portuguese route than we found in Spain earlier on this year. And also the other very, very visible thing is that there's not many pilgrims at all. I mean, we're literally seeing about 2 or 3 other people today the whole way. And you're lucky if you get one buen camino at all. It was 31 kilometers today. I think that's because obviously we went off piste again, trying to follow that Litoral route, but yeah, got in a real pickle. Another long day tomorrow though. We're gonna do 30 tomorrow, which should then leave us an average of 24 a day until we get to Santiago. I'm all ibuprofened up and looking forward to some sleep now.